All right. Welcome to After the Final Lap. I'm Chris Chavez, the host of the CITIUS MAG podcast, joined by the lap counts one and only Kyle Merber, former, Millrose boys high school mile champion. This is bringing you back, right?
14 years ago and still living off that now.
Yeah, so we're here to unpack the biggest races and moments from the Millrose Games. In addition to that, we're also going to be joined by various guests, including two over here who are super accomplished. We've got the Olympic gold medalist in the 1,500 meters, Matthew Centrowitz, and we've got the On Athletics head coach, Dathan Ritzenhein, here to kind of celebrate.
Yeah, that's how you're known.
I'm not any good as a
He's
runner.
That's
all right.
Former American record holder, world bronze medalist, the on coach.
That's the
I'll
goal.
take this, yes. I can do this for a lot longer, so.
So we're here to basically just kick back and unpack the meat. We'll start with our favorite moments of the day, and I guess it's easy for you, Dathan, to pick your two favorite moments of the day.
Three, maybe.
I gotta think.
Yeah.
I mean, well, we had an amazing meet, I guess. I mean, Alicia, I knew she was fit, so, and she did everything exactly to plan. So I was just, I mean, I don't want to say I didn't have any doubts because Winnie's amazing when she was on her still, but I just said just keep cranking it, and she did it.
But you had doubts maybe about the other two, or what?
No, I didn't have doubts, but like for sure, Jordy, he makes you want to like scream sometimes. He does that fade back thing, but you can never close your eyes because I was really happy for that one. I mean, he's needed that big win. I think he's been showing it in practice, and so a big win, a big stage against some big competition, that was really amazing. So Sage had a really big PR, and Olli, what the heck can I say about it? The guy's incredible. So.
Yes, with Jordy in particular, I guess that was, for me, I think, the best race of the day, just how he put it together in that sort of final lap. But he disconnected from the pack for a bit and saw it happen at the pre-classic, apparently did it at Sir Walter Myler. So it's like, in that moment, I guess, you're probably yelling, he can't hear you, but what's the plan there to get him to reconnect, or is it just trust in the kick that he has?
I don't tell him what to do, honestly. Like most people, we kind of have a game plan. I don't really tell him. I just say, just win, and that's the thing that he likes. Like, he likes to think about winning. He's like this guy. Like, this guy really wasn't that good at, going to like time trialing, but he knew how to win. He liked to win. And that was like, yeah, it's kind of backhanded compliment. So, but that's what he likes. He likes them, to sniff if he can win. I think he almost has to put himself in that moment, where he has to do it then. And he knows he has it. And it makes me crazy, but when he does it, it's pretty amazing.
Matt, so when you were watching today, that mile, let's say, because obviously we have this beautiful trophy right here next to us.
Your name's on it.
Your name's on it. What, once, twice, three? How many did you get?
I lost count after three. I think three.
So you're watching that race, beforehand, it's a question, who's going to be the one to go Sawinski, Olli, or Josh? From your perspective, if you're in that race, do you want to be the guy on the rabbit, or do you want to sit back and let someone else do the work?
I think the top two guys in that race, everyone knew it was going to be Josh and Olli, but I think those two have very similar strategies, and they're not gonna. They came here to run fast, and they're not gonna sit back and let a lot of kickers in that race try to surprise in the last lap, and so yeah, I think. In that race, it was more of all right, who is going to be on the rabbit? It's going to be Josh, or it's going to be Olli, and then you saw a couple lead changes, which made it for a more exciting event, and it's pretty tough to come back from leading, and I think Olli obviously is on another level right now, super strong, and to be able to do that just kind of shows how fit he is. So,
what do you have to do if you're running 350 in January? This is for both the coach and someone else who's run 350 here in January, or maybe it was February then. But how do you look at the entire season then? Because it's a really long time to have to hold on. In theory, if you're holding on, do you do a double peak? Is it this all off strength work? I guess, what does it look like when obviously the goal is the world champs?
Why don't you tell him, and I'll learn how to. That way, you can take credit for it in August if I do it.
I mean, obviously, I don't know where Dathan's head is at with his athletes, but yeah, a double peak. You hit indoors pretty hard. There's a World Indoor Championships this year. Even if you don't do World Indoors, you hit it pretty hard. It's a good way to see how the fall and the winter fitness is going. And when it's a double peak, it's not like you're taking that big break you take after summer. It's maybe a down week of just going for runs and enjoying it and getting away from the workouts. But then that starting point in the spring is so much higher than it was before you got into the winter training, and that's, to me, like the best years I've had is when I took indoor seriously. And
he won World Indoor Championships the same year he won the Olympics.
I
so.
vaguely remember that.
Anyway, so it's a two-peak thing. It's also a great way to come out and compete and see where things are headed. And for some guys out here today and gals that like had a tough race, like if they didn't race, maybe they think everything's going great and they wouldn't have found out until May, April, whatever.
So Dathan, from your perspective, obviously the 5K, 10K plus, like you're thinking about your own career, but as a miler, that was never your bread and butter. And not to give Matt any bigger of an ego stroke
Jeez, you
than
guys are
we're going
just
to get already.
I'll come on every single time.
Yeah, but was there anything training with Matt that you realized, as a miler, like now at this point, Olli is a 350 guy. You didn't run 350. How's that coaching someone who's actually running faster than you ever did?
You're right. I never ran 350, and so I don't know what that feels like. But yeah, no, I mean, actually, like training with Matt was very beneficial, and that's kind of the stuff that you learn and watching him, like stuff like that, like the double peak, like from these guys. I mean, Ollie's probably a kind of guy who. Yeah, I mean, maybe in a few years, and when he's not as fast, maybe he's like a 5K runner. But you're wrapping it around, his head around it too. Trying to get him to realize, hey, this is going to be good for you long term. And I mean, he ran 3:32 last year in January and 3:32 in September. So it's not like you can't do it. And hey, there he is. All right.
You gonna sit in his lap?
How you doing?
Yeah.
What was the
and
cool
it's his
that-
birthday. I don't know if you
No
guys
way.
know that. So he's
Wow.
25 years old
Happy
today.
I just had a quarter
So
life crisis. Had a quarter life crisis.
Did you finish cooling down? Was there a workout today?
No, there'll probably a workout later knowing Dathan, but I just cooled down 20 minutes. Oh, yeah. I gotta do things for myself.
Is there a workout later? Do we know?
He
I
just
don't
cooled
know.
down. He just cooled down.
No, I know, but I know someone at this table definitely knows if he has a
I
workout
haven't
later.
even decided yet, honestly. So
He just cooled down. What are you doing?
He's gonna make me warm up again and then go again. I don't know. We'll find out.
How do you,
Ollie, share with us, I guess, in the warm-up. We just did your cool-down, but the warm-up today was wild because of the blizzard outside. Where'd you end up doing it? I think Jordy was telling us you had to end up in a parking lot.
Yeah, I mean, it was funny because obviously it's gonna be pretty busy here to warm up, and we found a car park, lot area, and everyone went there for all the events that were pretty much over 800 meters.
garage for people to
Yeah, a parking garage, parking lot, whatever you call it. But we were just running laps around there, slipping and sliding all around. Couldn't really run faster than 9-minute pace, so that was kind of funny. But everyone was there, warming up, and I was wearing socks on my hands because I didn't bring gloves because I didn't pack for New York. I packed for Florida.
Does On make gloves?
No.
pipeline.
unbranded.
pipeline.
Talk to Whitney about that.
All right.
about that.
I got a question. So was it in the cards to let Josh go around, or was it something you just felt out there, you didn't want to move right when he went? Talk to us about that a little bit.
Yeah, so I took confidence in the 5K that I did in Boston, and I kind of thought, well, if I'm out with the pacer and I keep squeezing, I keep it fast, that it'll make it difficult to get around because with a track like that, 200 banked, it's really hard to get around, particularly big guys. And if Kerr gets in front of me, I knew it was going to be hard to get around him. But he kind of went a bit early, and we kind of joked about that in the cool down. He went, and then with a lap to go, I was able to gauge off him and kind of get around him for the finish. But I think when he went around, that kind of was the best situation for me because I could just key off him and then make sure that I had a good finish at the end. So, I mean, he said he was fit and he was ready to go, but he just got a bit outclassed at the end, and people learned from that. And he admitted it, but he
The Coffee Club podcast?
I mean, sit and kick in Coffee Club pod, you got to, look at your stock options. But
Hey, before he leaves, we got to talk about some running drama coming in here too.
What is it?
Go on.
I don't know. Was there some beef?
The athletics club stuff?
Yeah.
with
The
United
first ever
Airlines?
athletics club.
The United
United
Airlines.
Airlines. Yeah, no, I've been, when I got into the hotel, Craig Ingles just came up to me and he goes, you want to start? And we were joking around with a little bit, but it is funny how UAC sounds similar to OAC, don't you think, Dathan?
But who was first though?
We were first.
Okay.
But
And then Kyle comes in with it. It's like, have you guys ever heard of the New York
Yeah,
Athletic
you're in
Club?
the New York Athletic Club's house now. They've been around since
Hey.
the Civil War. Did anyone come up today?
AC.
I'm pretty sure
Atlantic City.
I'm pretty sure 80% of the teams in Europe are called Athletics Club as well. So, I mean, we're definitely not the first, but I guess in America we kind of saw ourselves as one of the upcoming groups with that name, and it's just funny that UAC was very similar.
Have you guys said anything on the podcast then Dathan hears when he's listening that he's like, oh,
I don't listen
God.
to the podcast. My wife,
bookmark.
my wife listens to it and lets me know if anything salacious happens, because that way, if they say bad things, then I have plausible deniability.
Hey, 4 by mile, just 440 down to 420. Put the flats on, no spikes.
Yes, coach.
And
Yeah.
400 jog opposite direction.
Yes, coach.
Milk it outside lanes.
Are you, allowed
just
to take
heard-
are you allowed to take a birthday drink out of the trophy?
No, they haven't had a birthday drink yet. No.
He's gonna throw it up in his post workout.
So the after party is sponsored by Evil Twin.
Why am I in the middle of this? This is gonna spill on me.
Hey, your name's right here. Look. Where are you? You're right here.
What year?
2012.
Alright, guys, make sure to come with that.
Hey,
you guys got
thanks
enough
for
out of me,
joining
right?
us.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
don't need
Hey,
to
thanks for
get
coming to our
it.
show.
All right, yeah.
Hey, am I getting drug tested? Because everyone's getting tested, but they
You
haven't.
should be.
If no one can get you, you're good to go.
No one's come to get me.
No
Can you
one's
double check that with Ray?
suspicious.
Get him!
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
Can you double check with Ray though, just to make sure? Because
If you ran 0.2
Wait, did you break a
faster,
record?
you would have got
yeah, I
the
broke an Australian
Oh
record.
no, he broke a record. He has to get
He
tested.
doesn't need it in Australia.
Australia and New Zealand don't need it.
Really? Whoa.
It doesn't. It takes a while to get ratified though. So you go through like regular testing, whereabout stuff.
I'm gonna talk a story when he leaves, but we'll
Okay.
take advantage
So
while he's
you
still here.
you didn't get the meet record today, right? You just narrowed
No,
it
it's
in.
No.
that,
Yo-
I
Yomif
don't
has
have,
it.
I don't have the
Okay.
record anymore. Yeah, Yomif shattered it.
Yeah. No, you're.
I left the Oregon Project, and Alberto's like, Yomif, come on, let's go smash Matthew's record. And he runs 347. I'm like, cool. Dude, anytime I've had a meet record, anyways, enough about me.
He wants to make sure you're not there anymore.
Dude, it's done. It's done the next year.
Oh, you got to take a sip out of the cup.
Yeah.
Matt was telling us that this is
Shotgun it.
tradition.
This is tradition. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
the tradition in Australia is a shoey, but I'll do this.
Well,
Do we have the new on spike with us?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's probably like 4 of them in the world right now. I don't know if you should.
Yeah, and it's not my size, so I'm not happy about that. But
Wait, but I
not my
heard
size.
so they had you guys testing them out, right?
yeah,
Weeding told us the story.
Yeah, no, we tested them out, and they're just like they're too big. But Jordy and I wanted to make sure we got a feel from them, and Jordy was like, "Screw it, I'm running in oversized spikes." And Alicia's spikes were too small. I think Sage's is the only one that fit properly, but the on team have worked really, really hard, and it's really awesome to see them come in and be a part of that kind of athlete shoe tech kind of feel, and they were really responsive to
Did
feedback.
you give any good feedback? That was you said it. Also, Matt, please no texting while live.
He's got a text.
Did you give any feedback that, or like I guess what was your feedback?
My
initially?
feedback was the upper needs a lot of work, and I know like the one thing that Nike has done extremely well with the Dragonfly is that it feels like a slipper. Like it's just a very good feeling shoe, and I think I couldn't give a
You can
rat's-
say
You can hear
I can't give a fuck about the foam. I care about how it feels like on foot, not just on the bottom, but on the top. And they really responded well to that, and the upper's not going to be the same. They're going to, hopefully, the next spike that they make, they will try and revamp that. But this spike that they've made has been really, really good, and they've put in a lot of effort to it. So it's pretty awesome to see that, eventually On's gotten there. Because I know we've gotten a lot of criticism for not having spikes. So
Hey,
So-
you did it today.
Wait,
You know? They won. They won.
Yeah.
They're undefeated. Well,
Yeah,
I guess.
what?
Everyone's gotten a PR in them because Sage got a PR.
yeah, Sage, and Sage, amazing run for her as
Yeah.
well. So pretty stacked field. I mean, every field was stacked. So-
how'd you approach her? I remember when we had the podcast back in like December, right after the race at BU, you were just like, okay, like that was to give us something to look forward to. Then really the target was going to be Millrose Games. So how did training like really ramp up, I guess, once January came along?
Well, it's funny because like for us, it was going to the winter camp, spring break.
Yeah.
We call it spring break. If you watch Chicken Boy Morg's video, you'll see spring break. Literally, just playing a lot of video games and not paying attention to Dathan, which we should. But yeah, like for us, it was all about we had a great strength, great work, and like Jordy in particular, he's had a lot of injuries already in his career, but like he's been consistent, no injuries, he's healthy, getting in miles, and that's why results show like that in the 3K. But for us, it's all about just building that strength, and we're able to get more workouts on the track and just feel good and feel kind of strong moving into a meet like this. I mean, we want to, obviously, end goal is Eugene, but right now we're in a good place where we can kind of build off it. So everyone's in a really good place, and we're really happy with that.
Is that heavy?
Yes.
All right, let's see this.
Please don't
Let's-
cough in the mic.
Let's see this.
Mac, make
I'm
sure
scared
to
it's gonna like leak into the.
Do you drink during the season much, or?
Oh, I drink. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Well,
sick.
yeah. There's one thing I don't understand is like
parties.
That's cool.
So no, I have a question. I have a question for you
Kids are
guys.
watching, but no, that's
What
cool.
do you think of like? I mean, NAs. Like, I
Yeah.
understand the reason behind drinking NAs, but like, I just don't see the point of drinking NAs.
It's like decaf coffee to you?
yeah, I don't understand it. Like, if you're gonna have a beer, just have a beer. It's
Yeah.
fine. Like, you're not having 10 or 15.
You heard him?
And it's like if it's a weekend, it's different. But if it's a weekday, I don't know.
Not
Just drink,
arguing.
just
All
get
right, you
over
can
it.
put the mic down and go for it.
There we go.
There. Give us a good goal.
Dathan in the background.
They're gonna kick us
Party
out. The
foul.
Army was very nice to let us in.
He's drunk.
All right, so Ollie, question.
I just defended drinking alcohol, and then that happened.
What place would you have come in today's 800?
I don't know. Probably like.
Why not the 3K? Ask him about the 3K.
No, that was the follow-up question.
No, the 800. Honestly, watching that race, dude, I don't know. 146, right? It was won by
146.
Bryce.
Oh.
And Bryce looked really comfortable, so I would say I would like to be top 3 in that race.
Top
But I
three,
don't
all right.
obviously don't have the speed yet, so maybe.
So you're beating Isaiah Harris today?
Oh shit! Actually, no.
He keeps going down the list. I'll get up fourth then.
If I looked at the
So Jordan.
if I looked at the list, I'd be like, oh damn, I'd be last. But,
Okay, 3K. What?
Oh no, number one. I don't
nice.
want to give that to Jordy. No,
Yeah.
no goddamn way. Although I did like to see Cooper Tier get the dub. Well, not the dub, but beat Cole Hocker. I feel like he's been trying to do that for a while.
He used to do that, and then
then Cole Hocker just
Let's
dropped
talk
him.
about that. Why'd you like that?
Why do I like that?
Yeah, like why don't you want Cole to win?
No, I just feel like I like it when sometimes you go back and forth. You know, a bit of back and forth. It's good for the soul, mate. Good for the soul.
So you now went back and forth with Josh quite a bit in your career. Now,
Yeah.
he got you at the Olympics, and now you got him.
Well,
here
he
today.
didn't need to get me at the Olympics. He fucking destroyed me at the Olympics. But yeah,
What's the record?
between me and Josh, dude, I think Josh has it.
I could look it up.
I think Josh has
How do
it.
you do that?
That's an
Oh, it's
app.
even.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Yeah, there's the Josh Olli out. But I'm pretty sure he beat me at Milrose once.
Got Matt Taylor, CEO of Tracksmith, giving us some encouragement from behind. All right, so Matt, what's going on? Like, what place would you have come in today if you were in that mile?
Oh, what?
You couldn't get
on
in.
this.
You're
Oh, you talking high school boys or?
No,
High
honestly,
school boys went 406.
the odds are in his favor. The odds are in your favor. If you've won one of these, it's more like likely you win again because your name's already
Oh,
here.
have I won one? Tell me how many I won.
1, 2, 3.
Well, there you go. If you've won 3, you'll probably win 4.
Yeah, and then it's smooth sailing from there. 5, 6, 7, just go like that. Ask Bernard Lagat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Eamon, I was talking to recently, and it's like, yeah, 9 is easy.
What time is it home in Australia? Are you watching? Like, is family up and watching this?
Yeah, no, that's like early morning, I think. But yeah, my family's watching. I mean, it was my. So it was
It's your birthday.
yesterday. Yesterday was my birthday, so they celebrated that, and then they watched it
Yesterday.
this morning. And I think hopefully my brother's at this point drunk after the race.
Like you right now?
Yeah, like me. It only takes a sip, man. It only takes a sip, and I'm already over there.
Wait, so I pulled up the record. What do you think it is? It's you versus Josh.
I think it's even. Or Josh is just one ahead.
He's just one ahead. So the first matchup was Azusa in California.
Oh, I forgot about that.
2018, he won that race. You finished 8th.
I didn't hit puberty then.
And then Eugene NCAAs in 2018, you won. That was so it's 1-1, and then the last 2 was Milrose here and the Olympics. So he's got 2. So now it's 3-2 after today.
Oh wow, that's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah.
We joked about after Tokyo racing more together because the Americans don't like to go out hard, and that's how we race. So, I mean, I'm glad to get a race him at Wanamaker.
How do you sort of
You know-
feel like when like we
Remember what I told Merber I'm going for 3, whatever you were facing, and I didn't go with you?
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry,
I was like, we don't like going hard.
It's a good story.
So in 2016, I was rabbiting, and the 2 years before, you guys went out in 53.
Yeah.
For the first 400, and you called me up like a
We
few
were
days.
in 351.
You're at 351, but you called me up a few days before, and you said, "There's no pace that you can go out that would be too."
In
fast."
2016.
In 2016.
Correct. So let me talk about it. So 2016, I was having a tremendous indoor season. Like 740, I ran like a killer workout, and I was ready to go. I come out here. So you know how like the hospital's right across the street? I spent all night in there before my race. You're not even listening. You don't even care.
He's perfect.
So I spent all night in like the ER. I'm sick as a dog. I'm like, I can't race.
But you
know
never
this.
told me.
Well, what was I supposed to? You want me to tell you so you can tell the whole field I'm sick?
Well, you had just told me that there's no, like 2 days before.
2 days before, and then the day before I get sick. How are you missing this?
But there's no, we warmed up together. There's no pace you can go out of that's too quick that you wouldn't be on.
Here we go.
So then 100 meters go, I get out like a bat, and I look behind me thinking like, Matt's obviously going to be on me, and no one's there.
Did you talk to him before the race at all? Like, did you say, hey, Matt, how you doing?
Yes.
Have you ever been in a warm-up area with Matt? It's impossible to not talk to him.
Listen, so 3 days before you can't go out any quicker than whatever you have in your head. 2 days before I get sick, the day before, the day of the race, I'm not gonna tell you I'm sick, so I'm gonna act like everything is cool.
I'm not in the race. I'm dropping out. Why can't
You're the rabbit. You're loyal to Johnny. You tell him I'm sick, you got him. Now mentally he thinks he's got me. What are we talking about here? And then if you go
I was
out like,
working for you.
You go out like a bandit, then everyone goes and they die, and I pick up and it worked.
What about
Anyways.
his physical appearance? Could you see anything with his physical appearance?
He was a little paler.
Okay.
I know Matt
I live
really
in
likes to
Oregon.
play. That he's the tannest miler, but you were looking pale.
Well, then
Anyways,
that's a sign. Either
anyways,
that.
Americans don't like going out. Yes, we don't. So yeah, I won't deny that.
So wait, how do you feel about the fact that like when you basically in 2016 like just changed the way the 1500 gets run from now on? Everyone cites it where it's like we asked him to sort of like how do you run it on the international level, and he was like, well, no, we can't let it be slow anymore.
Right.
No, you changed. Like that's the thing. You changed the game because ever since Rio, bro.
That's the next tattoo.
That was supposed to be here for
You wanna talk
5
about
minutes,
this?
but if we're gonna keep telling him he changed the game, he's never gonna.
I'm gonna use this opportunity to defend myself for years that I've been sitting. Everyone's like, oh, all he could do is like win slow races. I have the trials record of 334. What do you mean I can't? What are we talking about here? What do we like? I mean, still 330. Like what? Like I don't know what everyone's talking about. Like you can't run slow. I prefer tactical races for sure because it doesn't feel like a diamond league. What else are we saying? If it goes fast, let's go, rock and roll.
But your most successful has been like championship races and tactical races, right?
sure.
And you can race like, and that's what people like my generation will study you as an athlete. No, I'm not trying to jack you off, but I'm just saying
we won Milrose and Nick Wilson in 350.
Yeah.
That was quicker than today. What? Like, what are we talking?
No. It's okay.
No. I'm not trying to.
We're saying you're good. We're saying you're good. I'm saying that you're good.
I'm just saying that one specific race at Rio was like a wake up call to like Africans especially, and like some Europeans like Jakob obviously, and they're just like we're not letting that ever happen again.
Is that just
ever.
the NCAA system? Because you came up in the NCAA system.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess when you won NCAAs in 2018, it was 206 at the 800, and then you guys closed down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys
you were playing the
tactical.
game.
No. I don't think I'm bad tactically. I just think that like I like being able to control less variables, and I think with you, Matt, you like to gamble, don't you? You love to have a gamble with it, and I think you put
Are we
yourself.
talking on the track or off the track? Because I have some stories.
I'm talking both. Like I'm saying, like when I watched, particularly when I was fortunate enough to go to the trials, so I watched Matt and obviously Dathan being a big fan of yours as well. We were talking about it, and obviously there's a lot of hype around that, and we're like, nah, Matt's all class. But then when I watched that race, it's like you tactically did everything perfect. It's just like the way that Hocker got let out. It's like he's on a steam train. You can't change gears at that point.
No, I agree with you. I think when you're super fit, you want to like leave less a chance.
Yeah, and particularly at this time of the year. And like
Right.
for you, example, in Rio, you're not gonna worry about those variables. You're gonna worry about your race and your situation.
Sure.
So like when you watch, and I'm sure like pretty much all the guys at OAC have watched Matt's race, you watch how you position yourself and you put yourself in a tactical situation, because I think they will come back. But now, like you said, the Europeans, the Africans, they're looking at that. Cheryl's looking at that, he's going, fuck no. I am going out at this point, and then I'm going to see who can beat me. So
Right.
I think that's what's
worst
happening.
case scenario, like those two, Jakob and Tim Chater, like we go 1-2, and you know whether you're 1 or I'm 2, but like we leave it the chance we could be outside of medals.
Oh, so Matt, I'm assuming you may run the mile again sometime in the future. Ollie, you're now the defending champ. Can we get Jakob to come? Can we call him out?
Well, apparently
a little bit?
Jakob was going, like, he didn't want to come, apparently.
He was scared of you and Josh, or what?
Probably scared more of Josh than me, but I think he's just, I mean, I don't know if they could get the film crew out here for, you know, documentary stuff. Like, there's a lot of logistics.
His brother ran out here,
He did,
and
yeah.
like, I
Philip.
mean, it's a tough travel.
Yeah,
You know
and
what
I think
I mean?
Philip ran 336 a week before, and he had
And
a shit
got
race here.
smashed here.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, I don't blame him if he's gonna do some European racing. It's hard to come over here.
Well, he's trying to break the world record in the 1500.
Yeah.
At, where is that? Do you know where that is? He's somewhere in Europe. But
Are you
like,
gonna go for it? You gonna go with him?
I can't get there. I can't get there in time. It's my birthday. I'm gonna have some beers and
Yeah,
chill out.
yeah, he's-
I've done my job.
He's
I've
got
done my
ready.
job. I'm helping Dathan. I've done my job. But yeah, like I think that's gonna be interesting because like 331 for Jakob sounds pretty easy. That sounds like a sure thing, don't you think? breaking that record indoors. I mean,
He's
everyone's
already
running
run
faster.
3:31.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like
It's a sure thing
We
as long-
should be setting this up at BU.
I mean, we were thinking about. I was honestly thinking about it with Dathan because at that point, like, if you break it before him, you still hold the world record at some point, even if it's like 5
your
to
world
10
record
minutes.
holder.
Yeah,
Yeah, still
and that's a
world
cool thing to have.
It's a good bonus for your
But
contract.
yeah,
Indoors,
mate,
not so much. Though.
it helped me out a lot. Pay for my fucking dog, but fucking
Wait, what kind of
damage.
dog do you have?
I have a fucking English bulldog that eats everything.
Oh,
Ate Morgan's
Geordie
phone.
Beamish, Ollie. We got.
Yeah, get the Kiwi
we got
on.
him in here?
You gotta have his accent.
Oh my God, he's my favorite on the OAC, and Josette here as well. Matt,
Yeah,
you're
no,
still
get
gonna
him-
hang out.
get him in here.
How long are you gonna be here, Matt?
He can
I'll
stay.
leave! I'll leave! All right! I'll
The
leave!
comments
him more
love you
shit.
right now, by the way. There's 419 people watching
Matt,
live,
I-
and Matt's the.
I'm thinking. I'm
Ask
honestly
him in-
thinking.
Do you
Matt,
guys want me
you
to
should-
leave in the chat? Yes or no? Y or N? We'll make the decision in 5 seconds.
Matt, when you, in 10 to 20 years, hung up the spikes, you should do something like this. I think you'd be great at it.
We
We'll
definitely
see.
need to get Josette in here, and I see an extra
Yeah, yeah.
chair, so we're gonna bring that in.
She's got to take a sip out of this too.
Yeah.
I don't know what's doing with drug testing. No one's contacting me. All right,
Am I
do you want to
leaving
talk
or
to?
not?
Yeah, you're in.
You got a record, right?
No, my leaving.
Yeah,
Where's the
but
chat?
it doesn't matter for us
Why?
because
It's
Australia.
They
It's a
don't
little
have to validate it?
No, they validate it, but you get like,
Ian!
If you
Oh God.
I'm
test-
I'm
test
trapped in here,
positive for
Ian.
something, they just wipe it.
All right,
Dude,
Josette, come on in.
Is this what is this? I don't do free marketing right here. Hey, get this out of here. Do you remember that one time when some like NBA
Oh,
player
thank you
had
so
like a
much.
Gatorade in there?
No
and
one's
he came out of
contacted
there,
me.
he's like, "Not supposed to."
No one's contacted me, so I don't know.
Okay. Unless you want to be.
No.
Okay.
All right. We're joined now with Josette Norris.
That's yours if you want it.
Josette, you're giving Robbie a little bit of a scare, like in terms of just like how close you can get to him running.
Oh, that's unfair. Robbie got shoved out.
What happened? What'd you say?
Robbie's like, I'm not
said she's
I was
getting
like,
pretty
Robbie,
close
come
to
on.
Robbie's
He's like, I'm not
wild
coming.
Are you trying to call like, dude? They're in love right
No.
now. Don't cause
He's
trouble
my
in paradise.
fiance.
Don't cause
If that
trouble at
really
home.
wasn't there, Robbie would have been in the media zone.
No, it's
Cause
been.
trouble in paradise.
Honestly, Robbie's helped me so much with all of this season and just like racing at this new level that I haven't been able to show at. So I've been able to like use a lot of his advice going into all these races. So I really appreciate it.
420 now with QB.
Yep,
Pretty
420.
good. How's that feel? How does that sound?
It sounds great. Yeah, I'm really happy with that for January right now after running like 422 in Brussels. So 420 on an indoor track, not too bad.
So the plan was just stick on Ellie the entire time, just the rumors of how fast she'd run and all that stuff.
Yeah, so my plan was honestly like just stick with Ellie and Coco. I felt like they were going to be the two big contenders in the race, and it kind of played out like that. I was lucky to start on the curve with them, so I was like, honestly, this is my race right here.
Yeah.
So I tried to make the race a lot smaller than it was and just focus on Ellie and Coco and Jess and just the people up there and like make the smart, quick moves when I can, and I gave it my all in that last 600 when Ellie started grinding it down a little, but yeah, I'm really happy with that.
Awesome.
When you came in today, what did you think was like your best case scenario of the time? Because like Ellie ran 416 here. Are you like on the perfect day I can run 416 matcher, or are you thinking I need a slightly more tactical race so that way I'm going to be able to latch on, use your last 100 that you now have as like a signature move?
Yeah, I really wasn't thinking about like the time at all. Like all I cared about was just being there and having a chance to win. But at one point I was like, wow, like to win, it could take a 4:15 if this race does play out like it did, and it was gonna be pacing like 2:06, and I wanted to kind of just like stay back in like 2:08 and feel good. I just like know my strength is like feeling good that second half, and but it went out a little slower than that. But I really was just focused on racing her and Coco and not really focused on what the time would be.
Is it weird being back in like the armory with this many people? I don't know if there's been a meet indoors that
Yeah.
has had this sort of a crowd yet, right?
This was like so much stimulus this whole weekend with like, and I got to be part of like the Whoop live stream of my heart rate, which I'm really
was that
curious
cool?
to
Have
watch.
you seen anything about
I don't know. I've read a couple
of
of tweets that like
Yeah.
I was like 187 on the line, so
Really?
I don't know how that went.
Hopefully that's normalized though, because I feel like every athlete is gonna have a high heart rate.
Yeah.
So that you're not paying attention to what's actually happening.
So I'm
Yeah.
actually really curious curious to see that back. But it was really cool to be part of that. And like me and Ollie were doing that. We were the 2 runners to do that.
We sold out.
Yeah, I wish I could have won.
I wish I
but-
pay you for that.
I gotta pay rent, bro. I live in Boulder. I gotta pay goddamn rent.
You heard about his English bulldog?
Yeah, he needs another puppy.
He's eating up Morgan's phone. He's eating up 3 AirPods. He's eating up
How many times you gone to the vet with that dog?
Oh,
I had a Frenchie, dude. Those things. Whew.
What happened?
I lost in the
You had a
divorce.
Frenchie?
I lost in the divorce.
Oh no!
It was my dog.
You didn't win. You didn't win the kids.
That's the toughest loss Matt's ever had. That's the toughest loss he's ever had in his career.
Really, I thought the trials this
If that dog's watching out there, I miss you, man. Wait, what did you say? Oh, here we go.
So just there's some prize money today, but back in our day, man, there was no prize money at Wanamaker.
No.
No, there's no prize
We did
maker.
it for the love of the sport.
Yeah, you won $3 grand. For
I
winning
thought
that
there was no.
race.
I thought it was just the honor of running this race.
No, that's
Nope.
what we had
They
back in our
changed
day.
it.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
changed
changed
For the
Oh.
love of the sport.
I'll give it to you, Matt.
Good for
I'll give
the
it to you, Matt.
sport.
You can buy another Frenchie with
Just
it.
give me 1,000. I don't need the whole thing.
What about-
Just $1 grand.
guys-
Send me a rack.
Do you think about the money in like races beforehand?
It was fun in the Diamond League.
Well, you just had a wedding to plan.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true.
So I was like, okay, we're just gonna rack it up week by week by week. But like, not coming into this, it's like, no, you just wanna win. Like it's just like the focus of the competition, and then afterwards, it's like, oh, sweet, I got a little money after that. But in the Diamond League, I was like, so wait, how much is it in the final? What do we get? But
So you didn't even think there was prize money today. So obviously you're the
Yeah.
opposite. You didn't think about it.
No, I thought I was in the same mindset as you two. I was like the honor of running in Wanamaker.
Yeah.
That's what I thought, and also that's why I took the whoop thing, because then I did have prize money. I just didn't have to do anything for it other than wear the wristband, and then being lovely people. They,
Tell us a little more
Pay
about
my
your
rent.
contract.
100% reduction if I tell
how
you
long you signed for?
How many years?
for the rest of my life.
What, Kyle?
I mean, it was.
I want to know if you thought about money in your races. I've seen you. I
Dude.
cried after a few races because
Dude.
I was thinking about the money.
Dude, for sure. My first Olympics as a pro in 2012, I was counting people and doing the math with 150 to go in the Olympic final. I swear on my life, and it messed with me. And I told myself after that race I'll never do it again. And I honestly, once I signed my contracts, I didn't even look at the bonuses. I don't even know what I got paid until the end of the year. I stopped. You have.
How do you know that you got paid correctly then?
Well, no, at the end of the year, you look back and.
Okay, you
Oh, you
paid
do your
attention
own
at the end of the year.
Wait, what?
You do your own taxes.
No, but I would look at the end of the year to see what bonuses I hit. I wouldn't
yeah.
even know how much they were worth. Usually, like it's just kind of like you sign your
So
stuff and you move on.
when you won the Olympic gold medal, the thing was like, holy shit, I won an Olympic gold medal, or you're like, holy shit, I'm rich.
Holy shit, I won an Olympic gold medal. 1,000%.
That's what I want to hear. That's how you know.
But when did you realize?
Yeah.
Oh, on the victory lap. No, it was. I mean, literally, like. First race, like my first Olympics, my first big race. It was like I was all in my head. It was like, how do you not like
Yeah.
In college, it's like you're just thinking about beating people, and then it's like all of a sudden now you're thinking about the numbers. You're like, there goes 10 more thousand. There goes, whatever. You're like, what am I at right now?
Did you think when you made the Olympics, were you thinking about that at all? Was there?
No, I was just thinking of like, holy shit, I get to represent my country. Like I never.
Oh, they might not even be awake right now.
No,
dude.
okay. This is the
They're
thing.
gonna be so excited.
I never represented my country as a junior. I never represented my country at all. Like I always missed out. So doing it at the Olympics was like that was a big thing. Then I got stressed out after that. And then like obviously when the final came, it was like it felt like a time trial. I mean you probably felt it in the heat in the set, like just no one there, dead silence.
It was
Like you've experienced like multiple
Yeah.
Olympics. It was ridiculously silent, and I was like, this is fucking weird. But it was more for me like to represent my country was such a big deal. So being able to do that was a pretty big honor.
You guys
But-
don't have a trials like us, right?
no,
Like,
well,
it's
it's not like a
way-
3 and done. Like the one thing I love about, and the thing is, the US trials, emotionally, like knocked me. Like it was like I went through a breakup. It was just shocking.
Tell me about it.
From watching it.
Just because like we had Leah,
So stressful.
and we had Joe, and we had Alicia, like new Olympians, and then like obviously I was very interested with the 1500 and everything going on with that. Men and women is just a lot to take in. And emotionally, I was wrecked afterwards. And I think it was a great way that it's done. It's 3 and done.
Yeah.
You're 3. You're on the day. You're the best 3 to go. Whereas Australia has more of a thing where top 1 is like kind of confirmed, and then after that they look at discretion with certain things. But I think our country's just not big enough. It doesn't have that system that the US has. So that's why it's like that.
Okay, so pivoting a little bit, what was your final world rank? You were ranked really high.
Yeah.
So he's talking about, he loves the U.S. system. You were arguably top 3 in the country last year, with the 15 in the 5K. Would you prefer a system like Australia, or do you like the U.S. system?
I like the U.S. system because I think that's like a true test of like who can show up on that day. But this year, after running the Diamond League, I could appreciate the ranking system. But years past, I was like, how does that make any sense? And then when I was doing it in the Diamond League and getting points, I was like, oh wow, my ranking's moving up and up and up. But it was so skewed. Like my Drake Relays is in my world ranking with a 406, and my 359 is kicked out of my top 5 performances.
Oh, wow.
Because I ran it on a high school track.
Yeah.
But the competition was still great. It was against Jess and a really good field. So it shows like how it can be really skewed. But now that I got the chance to be in that first Diamond League, like I'm hoping now I'll be invited back, and now I'll get to build on that world ranking. And like this race right here just got added to it. But yeah, ended up being like 9th on World Athletics and then 6th by Track and Field News.
So Chris and I are very good friends with Seb Coe.
Yeah.
Lord Sebastian Coe.
Okay.
If you're that good friends,
I was talking to Coffee Club Players, like, let's get Seb Coe on, like, let's ask him these questions, and then I check my Twitter and I see CITIUS MAG's already done it. How the
Always one
fuck
step
did you get
ahead.
that?
Just one step
How did you get that? Do you guys have connections? Did you pay him money? What?
They reached out to
No
us.
Are you guys
bribing.
getting paid today?
Yeah, you paid me. Oh, you guys didn't get paid?
No, I'll take everything in Bitcoin. I can't. That was honestly pretty. Like, congrats to that. That was pretty sick.
Yeah.
I have to
That's
admit
alright.
that was pretty sick.
It was decent.
But so if you were on a podcast with Seb Coe, what suggestions would you make to the world ranking system?
Just keep them as is. It's better.
I have one for this, if that's okay. I think the US system, the US like North America kind of point system should be higher than Oceania and like other areas, because Oceania is literally Australia, New Zealand, a couple of islands. It's just not comparable to like the other big areas.
Yeah, I think they
No,
should
but like
actually
it's
take
just
the
an
field
honest
into
answer. Like I think
consideration.
Yeah.
Oceania, you get a lot of points, and you could run like 1440 in a 5K, get way more points than someone that gets like 5th or 6th at the US trials. I think there should be a better system for that.
Do you think they could take the people and base it off who's in the race?
Yeah,
Like,
I just-
almost like rank the race going into it and like see who the top contenders
Like,
are.
amount
and
of
then
people
kinda
in the
say that
country,
race is
like, have
worth
hit
more.
times, yeah.
But it
It's
is
just-
really hard because you really do have to get like your name out there and like have one door open. Like that 359 opened up the door for me to run Prefontaine, and then it was just like I had a good performance there, top 3. Then they let me into the next race, into Lausanne. Then they let me into Brussels, and then I got the Diamond League final. So I had to like
And then you went on
work
vacation.
to get there.
And
but
then you,
once
then you went on vacation.
yeah, then
you went to Italy.
Then I went to Lake Como.
Yeah.
Oh my, so romantic.
Yeah.
Like coming with Robbie.
Lake Como, 3-day weekend.
Robbie.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Robbie.
All right, so
we took a 4-hour train ride from Zurich to Lake Como.
We have a couple questions in the YouTube
Oh.
chat. The first one is, can someone ask Centro what his drink of choice is after a big win? And then for Josette, what's your favorite New Jersey pizza place?
Oh, that's easy. Donna's Pizza in Palisades Park. I'll be going there tomorrow night.
Where do you get it?
We'll get probably a couple of Sicilian slices and then just some pies. Like,
My
yeah.
lord, that's.
Yeah. They have
You don't
the
get that in
best
Oregon.
Sicilian,
I was gonna
a
say, what do
corner
you get?
Sicilian slice. Yeah. Oh, Donna's Pizza, Palisades Park.
Mamma mia.
Matt, drink of choice.
After
A win.
After a win, they're gonna be so like sad to hear. There's probably a milkshake.
Really?
Yeah, nothing alcoholic. I'm not a big-
Wait, what flavor? You can't leave it at that.
Honestly, like, I'm not even picky. So at Five Guys, I love the chocolate Oreo mix, dude. Whew. And I mean, it's sometimes I go for a seasonal flavor, like at like these like fast food joints, you know, like what?
I can imagine Matt
Milkshake.
walking in.
I'm a
I can imagine
milkshake guy.
Matt walking in, just going, "What do you have on season?
Yeah, actually.
What do you have on season for the milkshake?"
Well, I mean, they usually showed on there, but yeah, you know, a secret menu sometimes. Yeah,
What do you get from
milkshake.
Dairy Queen?
Blizzards. I usually go
Blizzards.
Blizzards. Yeah.
I love it when they do the upside down thing.
Well, if they don't, you get a free one. You know that, right? If they don't.
Dude,
have
they were
to
doing that
show
in
you.
Wisconsin. They never did that shit.
Well,
Oh
then
my
you-
god,
you
I
cashed out.
I got scabbed out of
You know what I
8.
do sometimes? So I pull up and I like pretend not to see it, and they're like waiting for me, like to look, and I'm just like pretending like I'm getting something out of my change thing.
You want it to fall? So you
I
get
either
the
want it to
free-
fall or like them just get so tired they flip it over. And I'm like, I didn't see it. Give me a free one.
I'm just thinking of how much work we went through to get this whole live setup thing done so we can hear about your.
Someone asked it, all right? Give the people what they want, Kyle. Next
so
question.
much money to
Next
have
question.
these, microphones in front of you.
And you spent money on us being here.
All right, Josette, we just watched you go through. I saw you.
Oh, yeah, I
look at
wanted
your
to see the
splits on the
splits.
screen for the first time.
Yep.
Very even.
Does it have your heart rate?
What is that? Yeah. When you're seeing this, I guess. What are your takeaways? You're looking at everyone in the field.
It shows me that we really couldn't close. We're not sharp right now.
Wait, what was the
Close it
last?
down.
What was the last 400?
64.
Really?
Yeah.
64-9-7.
64-9-7 for me, and Ellie was 69. But,
I mean, we didn't close very hard either. 57, 58, 58.
Yeah, but we kind of just felt like that looks like it's your first kind of race indoors. That's what that looks like with
So,
those even splits.
Overrated, underrated. Your last lap being the fastest.
I love when the last.
Overrated.
Overrated.
I think like the
never
third
experienced
lap. If you're running a mile, the third lap, that's where you want to see like if somebody's running pretty quick on that third lap, but they're able to like hold a decent fourth lap. I think that's pretty impressive.
The most overrated thing is people talking about people's closing speed. Like, when someone's like, yeah, he only ran this, but he closed in this. Imagine what he could have ran. No, he only ran that because he was so far back.
Yeah, he was jogging for 1,200 meters, and the last 300 was unbelievable.
I do
So, like you
agree
ran
that
a 300. You ran a
that third
300.
400's key.
You ran a fast 300, and you beat
I'll
everyone
tell you
else.
what's
you jogged
not
the rest.
overrated, winning.
All right.
Wow.
If you could line up anywhere, let's say today, they put the headliners on the outside all together. I saw you and Josh lined up next to each other. Eric Swinski, the rabbit, was being pushed off the track.
Wait, Eric was being pushed off, dude. I will fight
So
that.
where
Eric
do
is a
you
legend.
want to be, and if you're running the Wanamaker mile, where do you want to line up?
Probably on the outside.
on the outside curve.
Yeah.
Even with
We
But
were
I
so
think that's what they
confused
did.
though because I thought we were going to start on the curve here and then cut in right before on that.
It was
second
only
turn.
one turn.
But they started us further back, and all of us before the race, like me, Heather, and Ellie, were like, "Where do we cut in?" We're talking on the screen, like so confused.
He told
Because
us
they didn't
like
tell
literally
us.
earlier, like
Yeah,
one
so that was
turn.
actually,
I'm
like,
like, what the fuck are you talking
we
about? And
were
I
so
realized he was
confused.
talking about the first turn of the
Yeah.
goddamn race.
I was
But
like,
it
why
was
are we
funny
behind the
because
start line right now.
they
But
had like they obviously like they go through like the hype up. I feel like so like 11 was me, and then 12 was Josh, let me bronze medalist, and then 13 was Nick, going for 20 years of sub 4, and then there's Eric. And it was funny that Eric was pushed off. Dude, that guy, Eric, honestly, shout out to him. Amazing
Who, victory
pacer.
lap?
Oh, Swinski.
Yeah, amazing pacer. That guy should get his own shout out, and then he should run through. Like he doesn't need to be pushed to the side. That,
He's
that
also
annoys-
just a very good runner, right? Like,
yeah,
he's not just
I know that, but like I know him from pacing. I know him from like every Diamond League I saw him.
These young guys.
But it was
man.
nice, like being on the curb because with like it was Heather, Coco, Ellie, and a thing, and the pacer. So I felt like that's my race right
What
there.
did
Just stay
what
with
did
them.
Althing Mo run?
She dropped out.
Oh, really?
very much
Wait,
in it.
at the
She
last
looked
lap.
amazing for about 1100, and I think she dropped out at 1200.
Was
She
it-
wasn't in it
she was
anymore, but
like
looked-
there's not injury or anything like that. It
Nah.
was, okay.
She has a serious future in the 1500 though.
Yeah.
When
She
she,
was like-
wants it, she will be able to.
She's like, I see top jersey spot getting away. I'm not gonna get it today.
I texted her when I saw that she was doing the race. Like me, Robbie, and her have a group chat, and I was like, "Jersey going to go 1-2?" And she's like, "Yeah, maybe."
I was like, literally back in the core room. We're trying to get away from all the like just that everyone's everywhere yelling. So there's like a other area you can like lay down the carpet, and she was there, and she's like, I just want this to be over. So she was like, I think she was kind of like, I just want to get it done and get it over the way. So, but I was curious to see how she would go because she ran 4:37.
437 by herself.
Yeah, by herself
Yeah.
pretty much.
That's
So like,
actually, yeah.
and then you
Jogging.
go to a meet like this, competing against like a stacked field. It's a very different environment, I can imagine. So.
Wait, so what happened to her?
She dropped
So I
out.
guess she-
like with a lap to go. Yeah.
Like, she didn't get hurt.
Playing safe. Yeah, I think so. So one of the questions was, when's your next race and where's?
I'm racing the 3K at New Balance Grand Prix next week at Ocean Breeze.
Nice. And you're gonna go for the indoor team?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to contend for the indoor team.
Fif-
I don't know.
Mile
We'll
or-
see.
yeah,
We'll see.
15 or
It is a
secret. Come on,
1500,
secret.
but we'll see how this 3K goes next week, and then decide from there. But I do have the standard in the 15.
Where's Worlds at?
Serbia.
It's in Belgrade, baby. Belgrade. I'm going back to my natural environment as a whore, Mr. Whore. Going back to his natural
Is
environment.
that how you pronounce it?
Whore, like the lady of the night. I literally had to describe it like every NCAA meet or anything like that. They're like, is it Hoare? Is it Hoare? I was like, mate, it's just whore. It's Irish Gaelic for frost. It sounds like Lady of the Night. Just say it. Like,
Get it out.
just get it out of the way. Like, it's fine. Like, just say it. That's the way it's pronounced. Like, I feel like particularly the American commentators with some, like, even with college basketball, there's a guy in Illinois. His last name's Cockburn. Won't even pronounce it. Like Cocklearburn or something like that. They won't pronounce Cockburn. It's like, it's fine. Just pronounce it. Just pronounce it.
We're a Puritan country, you know.
Yeah, and then you guys like really worried about that, and it's like it's just whore, mate. Everyone's heard it. It's fine.
Yeah, you guys also throw the C word around like it's on sale.
Okay, I've had to learn very hard through college not to use that word. I had to learn very hard. That was.
All right, do we want to bring in
we wanna
Jordy?
Yeah, get Jordan.
Yeah,
Jordan,
Jordy.
take my seat.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you, Josette.
Wait, you
Bye,
leaving?
guys.
Thanks, Josette.
I'll stay because I want to talk to George. I'm really excited about George.
Yeah, I'm out.
I also I
Kyle,
opened
do you
my
wanna
beer and I didn't put it in, so you
We had to work really hard to convince Matt to come sit down with us. And I promised him
I'll tell you,
a few minutes.
You guys should hire Matt, honestly.
The audience is very split right now on Matt being on the show. Half the people want him in, and half the people
The
don't
more
want
people
him.
that want me out, the more I'm gonna stay in.
Are you
The
do you need
more,
a fresh
the more
beer?
like get the hell
I'm
out.
good.
The more
You guys have to share this mic.
Oh, I know all about that.
Yeah.
As a, wait,
It's a podcast.
You only give me one.
I know all about that as a podcast host myself.
It's my birthday. Come on, don't scout that.
Also, I think some people were saying they can't hear you, Kyle. So make sure just keep that mic.
This is great. This has been
You're
hosted
gonna take
by the.
Wait, okay,
The
we have
second
some,
best running podcast
some
of
notes to
2021?
Morgan about mics and stuff, I think.
I also.
You guys are
would love to get
spying on
Alicia
us.
in here at
No,
some
I mean, we
point,
need
too.
to.
Just
We
throwing it
need
out
to,
there.
man. Like,
We're blue collar podcast.
we're blue collar
Yeah,
podcast.
how does this work? Like, you go in someone else's, give them this kind of publicity. Is that
Well, he's getting free airtime.
And it's good. It's good for us. I mean,
Yeah.
like they're helping us, but like
yeah.
as Coffee Club Pod, man, we're just trying to get by. We're just trying to get by, aren't we, Jordy?
Dude, this is all he says all day. Just try to get by, with the dog, and his whole life. He's just trying to get by.
Matt, you want to come live with me for a month and see how he deals with it? You're more than welcome to. Don't go to Park City or whatever Jerry sends you. Just come with us and we'll.
Is this guy like just skating by over here?
No, he's full of shit all the time.
Seems like it.
Hey
He's a
man,
whore.
he's shit full of shit. I don't care.
So, all right, how are you feeling? Did you have to do a workout? Because Ollie's been sitting here
He's
talking to us.
staying here.
I'm
so
trying to
he doesn't-
avoid it. I'm trying to avoid it.
Beer.
Dathan's looking at me from like out the window. He's like,
we
"You
just
need to go do a workout."
I've
You
just
go-
avoided Dathan since the race.
Yeah, I'm scared that we're gonna have to work
That
out.
way,
Sounds like the MO.
It seems like, don't tell Morgan, that city has just acquired Coffee Club.
We just
sort of
absorbed.
funding
We
you out
just
of
absorbed. You guys are gonna be selling beans in a week, like.
is that what happened with LabCount?
Yeah, exactly.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Once Chris was like, I'm going full time.
You
I'm
wait,
like,
so
all right,
CITIUS
well,
MAG, you have a CITIUS MAG sweater on. It looks lovely, but there's no lap count.
There's a lap count mug, and I have this idea for a couple shirts. And Chris tells me that
He wants a cross country in the Winter Olympics shirt to be
Okay.
made.
I know you guys are on board with that.
Yeah, no, we're 100% on board with that.
Yeah.
We should send you some Coffee Club Pod shirts.
Yeah,
honestly.
we'll rock 'em.
Spread the love. Spread the
Yeah.
love.
We
It's
really
all.
should.
The more people share, the more I think like that's the whole key
got
behind
the
all
on
this.
Bro.
on it?
Yeah.
LeBron logo?
The on logo.
Oh, the on logo on it? No. We're independent.
Yeah, we told we were talking to Andrew Weeding where it was like about
doesn't
how
sound
at
like
BU people are cheering for Coffee Club as opposed to on
Yeah.
Athletics Club, and
It
it
was-
was
it was
like, are
pretty
you
funny.
gonna have to like put your foot down about this? He's like, nah, we're just gonna let them do their thing.
It was pretty funny because Jordy and I were just chilling in that race and they're yelling out Coffee Club Pod, and I was like,
In Boston?
yeah.
If Steve and Andy were here, they're like, God damn it, OAC hasn't
Dude,
called.
someone brought a bag of beans to
No,
the race. Did
yeah,
you see
I
that?
saw him. He wanted me to sign it. He's
Yeah.
like literally showing up the beans. I'm
Some
like,
guy on the
dude,
home straight was like showing
that's
me a
one of
bag
100.
beans.
That's one of
Literally
100
brought them
bags
to
of
the
beans.
race.
So.
All right, can I bring this back to the Millrose Games really quick?
Yeah, go for it.
There's
The what?
The Millrose.
Oh,
Games.
yeah.
We're talking about their podcast now. They've taken over.
You're
hosting-
insidious. So we're
I don't know what I'm with.
We're
Who's
hosting you
paying
guys
me?
right now.
All right, so we haven't talked about the women's 800 at all. And,
Yeah.
Ajay Wilson, this is her 8th win. You both have 1 win at the Millrose Games. Matt, you have
Dude,
like
she
2.
owns
6,
this
yeah.
track apparently.
So this is her 8th win at the Millrose Games. Is there any, do you think Ajay Wilson might be the most underappreciated middle distance runner in the country? Just I feel like she should be on billboards at this point. She's
Yeah.
an absolute stud. And, just every
Well-
single time, the ability to show up when everyone's expecting her, she keeps doing it.
No, I mean I think especially today, the race, I feel like a lot of people thought, oh, the sting got taken out of it with I think Mo no longer being in it, but it's just sort of well, I think something everyone's looking forward to this Nick Willis sub-4 streak. It's Ajay also has a streak of her own of just showing up here and winning no matter what race she's
What's
in.
her sub-2 streak at? Probably something crazy.
Today
Sub-2
was
is way harder.
today
high.
wasn't
You
sub
could-
2,
I
but
think
but
oh,
annual
you can look
is
that
better.
up.
Yeah, annual
You can
is
look that up for sure.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
sub 2
Is
streak's
that-
probably
is
up.
sub 2 is-
Sub 2 is easy work. You found your
Head to head.
curve in like seconds. No, I think you said like she should have billboards now. She can't now, not with a thing move.
Like, think. You think it's over? Because I think Ajay is gonna hit back.
I mean, I'm not saying she is or isn't, but now you can have that. I feel like, in my opinion, because of just the domination that I think.
We were
happens
hoping
here.
Ajay joins us at one point, but I can see her. She's run well in the 1500 in the mile before.
But that being said, I do agree with you. I think she has been super underappreciated over the course of the 8+ years. But I just think I'm not saying it's too late now. I'm just saying there's now another contender out there.
Because it's always who's younger. There's actually 2 high school girls in the race today. I don't know if you guys
Yeah,
realize
no, that
did.
was pretty
Roisin Willis
sick.
and Sophia Goriant. 2 like.
Both 2 flat girls, aren't they?
Yeah, they made
Yeah.
the Olympic
The
trials
women's eight's been like
semifinals.
insane for years.
Yeah, like where 159 doesn't
and
make the
Ajay's
final.
consistently been,
Dude,
At
what's
the top
with
of
the
the
800 in the US women? Like, it's unbelievable. Like, how many sub 2 girls are around in the US?
I actually wonder what it is about the United States and the 800,
Yeah.
specifically with the women.
Well, we have so many good sprinters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And maybe some of them will start transitioning up a little bit.
I think like at the college level too, it just like it leveled up to the point where people weren't pushing as many 1500s, and so
Speaking of sprinting in the U.S., what do you guys think about Donovan's race?
Okay, yeah, let's talk. He PR'd, so he ran 46.
But
46.33, I think.
He split 44. Like, I don't know how many times at A&M.
But
46.5.
They don't have splits on that?
It was an official
Yeah.
PB. He
Right,
did
right.
split faster, but he had.
I thought he was gonna win.
I thought so
he
too.
was gonna get them at the
I
end.
thought so too, but
Yeah,
He
rough
pulled
start.
up.
Well, the one thing
I didn't
is
see
like
the start.
he said the mistake that he made was trying to make the pass on the
Right.
on the curve.
If
He's
you
like,
were-
you can't do that in
Yeah.
a sprint
Yeah.
race.
I can
And
see now we're going that fast.
Yeah.
also, like, I don't know. Yesterday, Mac and I were here at the track and like filming a bunch of the stuff during warm-ups, and he was still learning how to get in the blocks. Like, it's been
Sure.
years
I was
since he-
watching him
Yeah,
do
yeah.
that on the blocks.
And he was like, and so afterwards I said to him, I was like, so like, what percentage of this PR do you like give credit to like Noah Lyles helping you out? He was like, oh, like a big percent. He's like, because without him, like he gave me a bunch of tips about like the first couple steps out of the blocks, and it's like it made a difference. Because for a while, yeah, I mean like those 2 400 guys, it was Christopher Taylor and Vernon Norwood, like both of them were just like, I think sort of just like protect the territory. Like we're sprinters, we can't.
You
Yeah,
know
yeah.
you
We
can't. Oh, you can't, Matt.
No way. No, so 2 questions then. So 1, would he have won today's 800? And 2, if yes, then would he have broken the American record? Because he always debuts with an American record. So is that 46?
Yeah, he did at Ocean Breeze.
He
You're
did
right.
last year,
Yeah.
but so and he always
And he's doing it the smart way by like breaking it by 0.01 each time.
Yeah,
where he's
he
like,
made
all right, my
those
bones,
buttons.
my
That's how
bones.
you make money. That's how you make money.
Oh,
Don't
you're
you?
the money again.
But you make back to money again.
Mondo knows all about that.
Yeah, I was gonna say Mondo is probably very consistent at breaking world records.
Well, I think
Actually,
Donovan could have won that outdoors. I
Actually, he
think.
would break it
Yeah.
by like a point. He gets to the 1500 and deck and just run by like.
Where do I need to throw
He's
this?
only I need to run 410. All right, 409.9. So yeah.
Donovan had a really rough offseason. Obviously, since the trials, he'd been hurt.
Rough off season.
What do you mean?
I mean, what do you mean? What do you mean? He got hurt and he was a boot. Like I mean.
Yeah, that's a rough offseason. They're in a boot,
Yeah, but like
compared to Ollie's offseason.
but like.
Hey, I was drinking beers. That's not an off season.
He had a rough season. Then the off season
Yeah.
is by training.
Yeah, I mean, but to essentially to come out after
Yeah.
some time off and you have
He's a freak.
He had
He's
a
a
rough
freak.
he had a rough trials, and then he kind of, obviously worked to get back into it for 2022.
Well,
That was
so-
was it the prelim or the
my-
semis that he actually?
My intro. It was the
Semi.
final. Oh,
He had
Did
one
you-
really good round.
Did you know?
The
Did you
first
guys
round, he had
notice?
run 140.
Yeah.
Did you guys
He ran
notice though? He
145
changed
the first
spikes
round.
nearly every race.
Every round.
Every
He
round wore a
changed
different
spikes
One of them was a
every
sprint
race,
spikes,
and you
yeah.
could tell if you were paying
the final
attention.
was the victories.
You
Yeah.
could tell something was
Yeah.
wrong because he was changing spikes every race.
And you
you
know
think,
how it
what's
is, like
going
with
on?
spikes, like you start like if. So what happened was he runs 145.0 in the first round.
Right.
He's
In
pissed.
Dragonflies.
He's pissed though because he didn't want to run that fast. You know what I mean? Because it's like
He's
it's the
blowing
first
his load
round,
too
you
early.
gotta run the exactly, and it
Yeah.
probably didn't feel great. So now he comes in the next day. He's probably a little bit more nervous because it didn't feel great. By the final, he's shitting his pants because he knows his foot's banged up. He knows it's a good field, and so you put in the last pair of spikes that you're like really just hoping it will get you on the team. But I don't want to harp on this right now. My introduction to Donovan Brazier was like his first year as a pro, and that dude did not run, I don't think, for like 6 straight months.
Oh,
and then
dude.
comes out and ran, like, I think he ran like 143 or something stupid.
Dude.
So him being on the show for 2-3 months, he's fine.
The interesting thing about that was because he ran a 1500 at Haywood, and he was in my race, and there was a lot of hype to see what he could run.
Who won?
I won that race.
Oh, okay.
But it was interesting to see him warm up because traditionally for 1,500 meter milers, they'll do
Barely.
20 minutes, they'll do drills and strides, and they'll get a feel of the track. Donovan, I kid you not, ran 2 to 3 laps. He did he did 2 drills.
Sounds right.
He did 100 meter
Yeah.
stride, and then he put his shoes on
Sure.
and fucked off. And I was like, this guy is either going to run 3:27 tomorrow, or he's going to get shocked by how quick we're going to run. It was unbelievable because like that was the warm up he was used to, and he was moving into an event that like he wasn't obviously the best at.
He's not gonna change his warm up. But I was gonna say earlier, I talked about my first pet peeve of people being like, "What could he have ran because he closed in 52?" And it's like, my second one is when someone runs really fast in their main event and they're wondering what happens when they step up.
I think you guys are getting kicked off.
We're getting kicked off.
All right, well, we got to talk to him real quick about the 3K.
okay.
Yeah.
Why do you let that gap open up? What's going on?
Bro, we've been through
Did you
this.
think the
Yeah, but
exam's
not
gonna
on
open up?
Yeah, man.
Like
Yeah.
100%.
100%. Well, the hundreds ago, I was like,
Jordy likes playing with his food.
Do you think okay, let's play a game. Would you have won today if it was 2,900 meters? Like the whole race was 2,900.
Of course he's gonna say yeah.
You
Yeah.
would have.
Yeah.
28?
What are we doing?
I'm gonna keep
here?
going down.
dude,
until
You know he runs a good 15. You know.
Okay, so let's say I'm
Ti-
gonna-
timing is my thing.
Do you think you would have won it if it was a mile? If that whole race ran a mile today?
With that
would you
team.
have won?
Like, do I think I can beat Cole in a mile?
And
that's what
Cole
you're
and Cooper
basically
in a
saying.
mile today.
Yes.
It didn't matter.
I'm
the
answering
distance.
for you.
were
You're
gonna
not
win
answering
today.
yes.
In 2 weeks, they're running. They're planning to go to Chicago to.
They want to break the American record,
they'll
right?
have it just them, and they won't let anyone else in the race.
I was gonna say
You want
it's not a
it.
race.
You
it's a
want
time
it.
trial.
Look at the
It's a
camera. You
time
want it.
trial.
Say it a little louder. So
It's a time trial.
Bowerman gets shit on for not allowing anyone to race, but we do allow people. But go ahead.
Okay, no, you guys allowed prickly pear 3K. You allowed everyone in that meet.
What do you mean? We allowed anyone anywhere?
Yeah, no.
No one's
thing is,
saying
though,
that.
if you don't allow people
No,
in the
okay.
meet, it's a time trial.
I
It's a time
only-
trial.
I think a lot of people are saying.
Where was Bowerman today, Matt?
Dude, what?
So Jerry has a rule where he wants you to be at altitude for X amount of weeks before you start racing. They're all gonna race this indoor season. I mean, you can't the thing is you can't expect everyone to be in every single meet.
Yeah.
Dude, we don't need everyone here.
I understand. He's one asking.
I'm media.
So wait, you want in on this
I'm
mile in
neutral.
2 weeks? It's up to Dathan, but
I'm gonna do a mile here next week, I think.
okay.
Well, it's Staten Island. I mean, unless that one's not gonna be as good. I don't know.
Clearly doesn't know
This is the plan.
I'll probably be in last place when
I'm representing Jordy right now. This is the plan. He's running a mile next week, hopefully, and then he'll do a 3K pacing for me, and then he's going to run a pretty fast 1,500 in California.
Ollie's gonna give me his entire bonus for pacing him.
Which is
I'll
nothing.
give you more
Is
than
what
that.
we've
I'll give you
heard.
anything you want. I'll give you
Your
anything you want.
dog? Your dog?
No, he doesn't want him.
He said
Do
everything.
you want Angus? Do you want Angus?
I hate to say it, but I
Angus is your
do
dog's
love
name?
his dog.
Yeah, Angus.
Dingus?
Angus. Angus.
Angus.
He goes by Gus, though.
Angus, isn't that like an old woman name?
No,
Angus,
you're
bro.
thinking of Agatha.
It's close.
It is close. To be fair, it's close.
Yeah,
Angus.
Agnes?
Agnes. You're thinking of
Agnes,
Agnes.
something of Agnes.
Come on.
Angus, like
Okay.
Angus beef.
So wait, at the end of the 3K, Cooper, I think was just looking at the wrong direction, right? He was looking out for Cole, and then you just kind of slipped by in the final 10.
That's what it seemed like.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they were just like so next to each other that they were just gonna focus on each other.
The funniest thing is-
assuming that no one else is coming.
This is how you know someone hasn't done their homework. Cole and Cooper did not do their homework, because if they did their homework, they would have
stayed on
seen
the
Jordy
indoor.
do the exact same thing to Craig Ingles twice, like literally last year. They did not do their homework, and I am enjoyable for that because Jordy did the exact same thing and just closed the fuck out of that race.
Well, so who had the inside? It was Cooper leading. Cooper actually had no choice because Cole was going around. So
Yeah, that's what I figured
he
would
had
happen.
no choice. It wasn't like no one was pressing him and then he went out wide and you snuck in. He had
exactly.
no choice.
That's what I thought was gonna happen. Like he was gonna have to
Right.
protect lane
But what
2
if
or
it didn't
3.
happen? You just go wide. What happens? I'm just curious.
Dude, I don't know. It didn't happen.
You push him out. You part the seas.
Are you an elbow guy?
No, I don't think so. Not really.
No, I
I'm
don't
too
say
far
so.
back. There's
He's
no
too
one-
smooth.
The problem
There's
is
no
Jordy-
elbows in last
Jordy,
place,
Jordy
bro.
goes, oh, this is hard, and he's like in 7th, and all of a sudden there'll be 2 ups to go. He goes, oh, this is easy, and then he just takes off. That's how Jordy races. He just like closed the fuck out of the
I have a
race.
question while we have you here. So we're trying to connect with the college kids a little bit more. Nico just ran 4:02 at altitude. I don't know if you read the lap
Yeah.
count. We talked about this a little bit.
I don't know if
ran-
you. I don't know if you listen to the Coffee Club.
No, I
we
know.
talked
Yeah,
about
no,
it.
we talk about it as well.
So, I guess in general altitude conversion.
Did you see what he ran? He raced.
Who?
He ran 256.
Yeah,
Are you-
he
are
ran
you-
in UW.
Are you telling me the lap count doesn't know what
Okay,
happened?
you guys need to
Are
be
you
on
telling
your...
me he
ran today?
He ran today in
Are you
UW.
telling me the Coffee Club has
I'm all
information?
on Millrose. There's
Has
other races
information?
outside the Millrose Games.
There's no such thing. They don't
Dude.
count.
All right. Wait.
So he ran 356.
He ran 256.
So it's legit.
Well, he converted to 354.0.
Yeah,
so
but
you tell
every
me.
race
Get us
is
someone else.
imperfect.
I
Can
actually,
you get a couple
I
more
thought
people?
356 was like a solid. I thought that he could run 356,
Okay.
but he got beaten by Abdi Hamid, who ran 355,
Oh wow.
which is amazing.
That
I
is
didn't know
amazing
if
for
that
Abdi
kid could
Hamid.
break-
Shout out. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Honestly, I'm shocked there's races
that dude ran-
going on right now.
That dude
are
ran
not
411
games.
in the dome, and Nico ran 402 in the dome.
Yeah.
And then Abdi Hamid runs 355. Nico runs 356. Bosley ran 358.
In the dome, the sub one.
But Bosley's conversion was
The NAU one.
358.
They
So
ran
his
356
was
in the dome.
his was
No,
spot
no,
on.
no,
No.
No, they went
converted.
today. And that's what they ran.
But that's the interesting thing with
So
like.
you're saying
so-
it is like the conversion.
It's legit, but it just depends who you are.
Yeah, yeah.
For some people,
the
it's
conversions
like,
are for people who train at sea level and go into NAU and never step foot in 7,000.
yeah, that's
Not for someone
super
who-
hard to do.
Yeah, not someone who like trains and lives there.
It definitely-
I'm not saying it doesn't mean it's not quicker. I'm just I
Yeah,
don't know
by
about
my
that
5th
much.
year, it was so much easier. My freshman year, I ran 424 in
Yeah.
the dome.
Yeah.
So hard. And by my 5th year, like 407.
But
was
it
not
definitely
too
depends
bad.
on like Nico obviously does very well at altitude, from what you were telling
Yeah.
me. Like, and we explained this on the Coffee Club if you want to check it out.
Coffee Club podcast, that is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Coffee
you
Club
got
pod.
450 people that you just redirected to your podcast.
Yeah. Hey, there we go.
Well, there was 550 before you got on here. So
It's because Matt hasn't been talking as much. That's why it's going down.
I honestly pissing me off. I gotta start. Editing.
Dude,
All right, we better go, 'cause we're gonna
you
get-
on the
we're gonna
coffee
get-
Yeah, you
Club.
guys-
You guys
We'll
won't piss him
We'll get
off.
out of here.
You guys won't stick around for another
He'll
minute.
get
You
pissed.
don't piss him off.
No, I need
You get Conner
We
Mantz?
can't push it with him.
Yeah, get Conner Mantz.
Get Conner Mantz in here.
Justin.
Or Johnny. Johnny's over there.
What did Johnny run today? I haven't looked
How
at the
many
mile
minutes we
results.
How many more minutes do we have?
Oh,
one is
it's
it?
whenever we want to.
It's whatever we want.
Whenever we want.
When do they close?
Here we go.
Is
7.
Alicia going? Like the whole team is going back together? Is that?
I'm guessing that's what's happening. No, he can take my seat. I'll get
You
out
guys
of
are
here.
out.
We'll get out of here.
We don't want.
All right.
Thanks for having us, guys.
Thanks
Thanks for
Yeah.
having us.
You guys want us to leave you with some Coffee Club stickers
You have
or
5
something?
minutes?
Throw some stickers.
All right,
Throw
we
you
got
some stickers.
We got Conner Mantz for 5 minutes.
Thanks, guys.
Good to see you.
Welcome to the hot seat. Got it for 5 minutes, so let's get it right into it.
Hey Connor. You were the
You want to
last.
take that's your mic.
You were the last person running, I think, tonight. We saw you out on the track, still
Oh, yeah.
like working out, cooling down.
Have you not seen his training logs?
Well, so I want to know, what were you doing?
Just going for a long cool down. Got to make up for the long run I don't get to do. I don't- do my long runs on Saturday, take Sundays off, so today was kind of my long run.
Also,
How-
we only raced 3K instead of 10 like normal. So I mean, hello.
Yeah, just got to keep going.
How far did you go?
I went on, it was 8 miles for the cool down, so total of 15 for the day.
It's a lot of
8-mile cooldown.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you switch directions?
I was only on the indoor track for 20 minutes. I was outside for
Oh,
about
nice.
40, so.
You didn't slip or anything?
No, I went on the parking garages.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Probably looked ridiculous. I
Alright.
had to estimate on the distances.
So Connor, take us through, I guess, your vantage point of that 3K, where for a while you were in there in the mix, and
he was.
and you pulled up to the front, and then all of a sudden, like, it was those the Oregon guys and Jordy, I guess, just decided to take it from there.
I don't know. I got out really slow. My coach just trying to hammer it in my head the whole like last 2 weeks. He's like, all right, whatever you do, get out well, get out toward the front. And I got out, and it was just like everybody was getting out about where I was, and that was like 2/3. It seemed like everybody was 2/3 of the way back, which doesn't make sense. But it seemed like there was, I don't know, we were 20 meters back from the front, fighting for position, and as soon as I moved in, everybody else moved up, and it was like, dang it, I'm in last. And so slowly moved up, and then came across the mile at 4:10, and was like, okay, like coach was like, if you're gonna beat these Oregon guys, you got to go at like 1,000 and just start just crushing the pace. And I got up there, and then I was like, it was such a hard move to get up there that I was tired by the time I got up there. I'm like, I'll just wait, and then.
Well, you still ran 7:41, a personal best. So this is my question. You came in 5th place today. How long would that race have had to become after 3,000 meters for you to have won? Like if they cross,
Oh,
if
man.
you cross the finish line, they're like, do one more.
This is his favorite
do
question.
one more. Do another.
it makes it longer or shorter.
2,900 would you have won?
Yeah. So you're a half marathon U.S. champ. How
Right.
long does that race have to be today
To get the win, or to just keep.
to win?
Oh yeah, to win. I'd like to say 5K, but I don't know. A lot of those guys beat me at 5K, so
I mean, you're only 2 seconds away from the win. I don't think
Yeah,
that's crazy to.
that's true.
I think especially when you
Oh, I
finish,
like that
everyone.
confidence in me. I need that.
As soon as you're done, everyone's obviously really exhausted. They just all went all out. So it's like, what's that next lap look like?
Yeah, he went 8 more miles on the cooldown.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like obviously, there's
Maybe
more
a
in the
full
tank.
2 mile you'd have won.
So your last
I
lap
wish.
today was probably what, like 28 or something? I don't know.
It was 27.8.
Okay, so what's
Come
that?
on.
What's that? If you had to run a 2 miles, so what's that next lap after that? If you didn't know until you crossed the
He's
finish
still breaking
line
30.
that you had to do one more lap.
Yeah, I think I'd probably do 29 or so.
I'm sorry that he hasn't read your training. I have.
Alright.
I've seen his training log. This guy is a tank, dude.
Tell us more, Matt.
I mean, dude, this guy's strong. He's not dying that much.
I don't know.
He's a metronome.
This actually feel good getting it from an Olympic champ, you know?
Oh, Jesus.
Listen, I love Utah. We go out there and train a lot, so we train on the same trails. We've been on your guys'
Yeah.
track.
Wait, so I asked this to Kyle in the middle of the race, and it was like too quick to for him to think of someone. But like, you know how you can always compare a current NBA player with like a past grade. Like that person's game reminds me of that person.
Okay.
Who does he remind you of?
Oh, it's so hard. I feel like with track with NBA. Well, he's fresh out of college. He's
10K.
You're putting me on. I know. So like, what 10K? What is he?
Like
Like
a-
a guard? Like what? Like you said compared to an NBA player?
No. I'm saying like compare him to another past runner.
Oh,
Like someone-
Did you say NBA though?
No, I said like in the NBA you can compare Steph
okay.
Curry to like
Yeah,
whoever
gotcha.
it was from the
So like someone like still running or retired?
retired,
Shoot. I mean.
like a Tegan Camp or like a Selinsky.
Josh McDougal, easy. Boom,
Oh.
right there. See how quick that came up with? Merber doesn't give me any credit.
No, I like that.
I know. You just don't give me
Well,
credit.
I've heard about this
to
training
the younger
log.
crowd.
Oh, the young
Why?
crowd doesn't know Josh McDougal. Josh McDougal was just he won NCAA cross in NCAA cross, and he was just a guy that was just gritty, always like never wanted to leave it for a kick, and I mean even. I don't know. I haven't seen obviously Josh McDougal's form in a while, but I even want to say like they even kind of ran similarly. Like I think like their form even was like kind of like that. Like he looks like he's grinding.
A little
from
bit of a
far out.
march.
Yeah.
No offense.
Yeah.
Very.
No, I mean it looks like
It works.
It looks
It
like
works.
you're kicking it, and it just you've been doing that like more than half the race. So, anyways, Josh McDougal.
Good answer. I like it.
But a lot of people don't know who that is. But we
Who was your favorite runner growing up? Like who's on the
Oh,
poster
growing
on the
up.
wall?
Oh, it was. Sorry, Matt. It was Meb Kefleski. I thought you were so man.
He's a lot nicer.
Hey,
You want me to repapper on that?
No, I'm nicer than that.
all right, I gotta
All
go.
right,
My
Connor's
bus-
gotta get
All
going.
right.
Thanks for joining us.
Yes, I
Yeah, if you see anyone out there, just send them our way.
All right.
Sounds good.
So there's a few races we didn't recap that we should maybe talk about real quick before wrapping
All right,
up.
Matt, did you like my comparison?
No, that was awesome.
That's
Hey,
Can we-
McDougal ran like 160 miles a week.
And he runs 120 miles a week.
Okay.
I mean,
Wait,
he
so
runs a lot.
why are you studying his training log? So you just see it?
No. The our Bowerman Track Club like group chat, someone it, like got leaked or like someone or he might have posted it. I think it's on Strava. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
It was 1 week. It was basically like a 1 week that he did, and he raced that week, and he ran like 110, and like dude, the guy just like, yeah, he's a grinder, man. Much
Like that.
respect. A lot of respect for that guy.
Love that. So all right, the races we haven't talked about that we need to.
This is 60.
Men's 60. Christian Coleman. He ran a 300 a week or two ago, but this
Yeah.
is his first time that he's actually in his element. He comes out, wins it. Got a good applause and everything. Goes 6-4-9, out kicking. I guess the whole aspect of the race is a kick, but
Yeah.
just out leaning Trayvon Bromell. Any takeaways there?
Well, I mean, he's back, and it's funny because Trayvon Bromell, I think, really downplayed the race afterwards. They asked him sort of a little bit about, what was it like coming into a race like this with so much hype? And he was like, well, it was whatever. He's like, but it's the Millrose Games. He's like, I'm gonna run one more race. It's gonna be a 200, and then that's it. I'm focused on outdoor season. He's not going for the world's team. So he's like, I'll leave it to other people. Noah Lyles, same exact way. He's also not going for the world championship team. He afterwards said, he was like, I can't replay that race in my head right now because it's 6 seconds long. It
Yeah.
goes by so quick.
You got to
but-
watch film
Yeah.
to probably digest what happened in 6 seconds.
Yeah, and then I asked Coleman, I was like, so after a whole year off where you're forced to, you can't race at all. How do you stay sort of race sharp? And he was saying a bit about how they simulated races.
It's got to be so much easier to simulate a 60
Like, oh,
in
yeah, or
practice
100,
than,
yeah.
So it was 1 year, right? I'm losing track of time. Was it
18
1
months.
year? I think, so about a year and a half. Okay.
Yeah.
Not to rag on sprinters, but let's say he did miss a bit of training. You would think it's a little bit easier, as a sprinter, to kind of
I would think so, yeah.
to
to get it back, yeah.
Then a distance runner taking a few months off.
You can keep lifting quite easily.
I think
which
so.
is probably
I
a
think
huge component of off season.
for a while.
I mean, they take months off after their
Yeah.
their season, anyways. They probably don't get training until November. I gotta get going soon, anyway. So
Yeah, we're about to wrap up, but I need to ask you one more thing.
yeah, that's why I'm saying I'm gonna get going.
So what's the one thing we haven't talked about tonight
At
The
Millrose?
race that you watch that you think deserves a little bit more credit.
One race that deserves more credit. So I'll be completely honest with you. I was like I saw my dad for the first time in a whatever. I didn't see him during the holidays, so I was kind of in and out watching races. I would probably say that we didn't talk about. I mean, I brought up the Donovan thing. I'm trying to think.
Those are throws that happened.
Oh, the throws.
Which
Did
was
you
like
hear
the whole
about this
match.
situation?
I didn't hear about it.
No, apparently like they messed up the laser, and so like it said he threw the world record. He didn't
no.
actually, and so like even the guy who like finished second. I got a text from somebody who was like, yeah, that guy's not usually like a 21-meter guy, so like everything was off, and so
wow.
they just voided all the results.
Dude, that's tough, man. Because like, remember what was it last year when the steeplechase they
Yeah.
and the guy? I mean,
That happened at the
it
trials
sucks for
or
them.
USA's. Yeah.
No,
happened
I'm talking
once.
the qualifying thing. Oh, okay.
What
Well,
happened was that like I think.
Oh
the
no,
trials.
yeah, the Eastern
It
Kentucky
was the
thing
one
with
that
the
Craig
barrier.
Nowak,
that,
Craig
yeah.
Nowak hit the standard,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
they're like, "Oh, actually, no, you didn't."
The track was-
and it's like, dude, they they paid money to fly out there, like
Yeah.
they rested, and and it's like, I mean, I don't know what's right and wrong there. Like, you can't give it to them, but then it's also like,
Yeah.
like they came out here, like maybe
Yeah.
he would have, maybe he still would have thrown the world record. I'm just,
I think he probably would have. Yeah.
Could have. Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tough. I don't know what you do there, but I didn't hear about that.
And then there was Devin Allen won the.
I was just gonna say, I mean, Devin is kind of my boy, so I'm a little biased, but you know,
Yeah.
he's kind of just #1 world ranked guy last year. Comes in here and not really, I don't know, is he getting like that much love? Like,
Not
I
enough.
feel like not
Not
enough.
enough.
Yeah,
Not
and
enough.
especially with hurdles are like one of the most like inconsistent events out there, like dating back since like 2010. Like you had Jason Richardson one year, then you have Aries Merritt like go on, like didn't lose
Yeah.
a race, and the next year he's like not even making a team.
No,
and then,
time moves so fast in that event.
dude, and it's like, and then you have Omar like with a 1 or 2 year. Devin had his 1 or 2 year reign,
Yeah.
and so is Nieser. That's such an inconsistent.
Yeah.
That's such a hard event to predict.
Yeah, it's like you can get so excited about like Grant Holloway like possibly breaking like the
Right.
outdoor world record, but it's like if his 2
Right.
years are up, then it's like let's
There's
move on
so
to the
much
next
room
guy.
for error.
Yeah, but I mean overall, heck of a meet, I think.
Matt, thanks for joining us.
Dude, guys, you didn't have a choice. I
You-
pretty much forced myself on here, but yeah, sure.
Thanks for joining us for a few minutes.
So our
Yeah.
catchphrase is I love track and field.
I love track and field,
It's,
Matt.
it's cool.
People don't realize that
it's
you
cool.
like track and field as much as you do.
Don't say
It's
so
one of
loud.
the best kept secrets.
Don't say it so loud.
I mean, you're reading Conner Mantz's training logs.
Okay, Connor texted me. He was asking for training tips. You know, I was kidding.
All right, well everyone, thanks for tuning in to the first edition of After the Final Lap here at the Milrose Games. I'm Chris Chavez, joined
I'm
by Kyle
Matthew
Merber.
Centrowitz.
That was Matthew
Signing out.
Centrowitz. Thanks for tuning in. We will catch you guys again at another meet, hopefully again soon.